Hey up everybody, welcome back to the Aldo Cycling YouTube channel, where today we're going to be taking a look at the final round of the Super Classico, the Veneto Classic. Thank you for the well wishes on the surgery that I had. My laser eye surgery is done. I can see now, after 15 long years of glasses wearing, I can finally see without them, which is it's pretty cool actually, to be able to actually see stuff. It's a bit weird. But yeah, speaking of things which, you know, coming to an end, the Super Classico, we've got Veneto Classic here, very similar to the Giro del Veneto, which we had just a few days ago, and it's very sort of bergy, lots of short sharp climbs, very puncher orientated, and there is also, I think, a bit of an off-road section through a farm, so there's definitely going to be one or two riders based upon recent sort of off-road gravel results which we'll be taking a look at. So Kuznefroy, Matthews, Trentin, they haven't really shown the form. Of course, like I've said before, Kuznefroy just has this ability to really pull out these fantastic results out of nowhere, so I never really fully count him out. But you know, there are better riders, maybe like Godon, who won the other day, or Van Dram, who's looking very consistent. Matthews, I'm just not really sure this suits him, this race. Trentin, this is the kind of race which Trentin, you know, suits. You know, I'm thinking, yeah, he's done very well over these sorts of races in the past, but I think Hershey seems to be the man in form in their team, so I would favour Hershey. But I do think that if Hershey doesn't do well for whatever reason, it'll be Trentin or Ulissi who does well, but Ulissi isn't in the start list. The start list isn't very complete right now, but you know what, the sun's going down, and honestly, I can't be bothered to wait for them to release a full start list, so we're just doing it as a bit ad hoc. Van Dram, I think, you know, a very consistent about 15th place will come from him, which I think is pretty good. I'm also a big fan of the Arkea boys in here, Louvel, Mazzato, and there's also De La Place, who has done well recently. Louvel and Mazzato both finished top 10 in the Giro del Veneto, and I think they'll do quite well here. Louvel's done good over quite, you know, off-roady terrain. You know, he's quite good in the like gravel races and cobble races and stuff like that. Think back to like Paris Tours and stuff. So I really like Louvel. I think Mazzato's quite good too. I think both of those could finish in the top 10 again. Considering that really at this point of the year, it's who's really just got the legs, who can really be bothered basically. Speaking of which, Florian Vermeersch, I think he's almost a must-have considering his recent form in gravel races and also at the Giro del Veneto, which wasn't even particularly suited to him in my opinion, like that puncher finish. I think that Vermeersch is a really good shout for this race. Corbin Strong as well, I think he finished, was it 4th in the race just gone, or 3rd? So I think that Corbin Strong is a good one to be putting on as well. Brambilla finished 10th at the Giro del Veneto, so I think he's not a bad one. Cron as well, he was top 10 in that race too, so I think that Cron's a good one. But yeah, Vermeersch you really need to be having. I'd say that Vermeersch and Andreas Cron are good riders to be putting in. Hershey, yeah, I'm not really sure if he's like a guaranteed that I would be recommending, but I think that his form's good, so basically why not. Velasco's been doing a couple of gravel races recently, the World Gravel Championships, and also there was one he did the other day which was won by Florian Vermeersch or Gianni Vermeersch, I can't remember which way around, but Velasco is pretty good when the terrain goes a bit off-road. His form of run recently has been pretty bad, but again, he could definitely turn this round. I think, of course, Godon, the winner from the other day, if he won the other day, I'm going to, you know, definitely put him in as a rider who could do well here. Tobias Haaland Johannesson, another one who did good the other day, he finished, I think he might have finished 3rd. Yeah, he finished 3rd the other day, so Tobias Haaland Johannesson, good one. Oldani, I like as well. Nick Schultz, I like as well, despite that he didn't do that great recently. You know, he did good in Lombardia, didn't do good the other day. Maybe he'll do good here. So we'll just shout him out just in case, just to cover all bases. Vauquelin, Zana, maybe not, but I think that Vauquelin will be more than likely a domestique. His form recently hasn't been that great, in all honesty. I think De La Place, he did good. Like I said, in that battle of the Vermeersches the other day, he was in the top 5, I think, as was De Vesnes. I think he's the Norwegian champion, so I'm going to say that he's a good one to be going in as well. You never quite know these guys who are sort of, you know, what to make from the gravel races. Sometimes they're a really good little telltale sign that somebody's in good form, and sometimes they're just a bit of a red herring. You kind of have to make of it what you will. I'm going to say that it's a good, you know, show of form personally. Tesfazion I like as well, probably like a top 15 from him. He'll probably be one of the like leaders for Trek. I think. And then other than that, Calzone's not a bad one if you really needed a 4 credit rider for some reason. Frison, you never know. He does well over quite tough terrain. Arthur Clucker, no, not Arthur Cluckers. I'm thinking of the wrong person. Probably not him. And yeah, Piganzoli possibly. But other than that, I don't think there's anybody else. Of course, the star list is still to be fully released, so put anything in the comments down below if anybody gets added and you're curious as to what I think about it. But of course, this is the final VELOGAMES preview of the season, so if you have been here for a couple of years now, or if you joined this year and you're still watching, then thank you very much for hanging around for this year, for hearing my VELOGAMES previews. I might do a bit of a roundup as to how I've done throughout the year, some of my best and maybe some of my more worst results that I've had throughout the year, just as a little bit of a fun recap. Yeah, that's pretty much me signing off for the year now until we meet again in January for the Tour Down Under. So all that is left to say is thank you for watching this year and stay safe out there.